Let's talk about how to refocus at work. I get it. Your workplace, it's pretty good, but you've been really busy, a lot of distractions, and sometimes you may feel just a little overwhelmed. You're not performing as well as you should, and maybe at the end of the day, you're feeling a little burned out. What if you could focus better during the day? Have sharper concentration. Would that help you? If so, these tips are designed to help you pretty much right away. I try to keep things really simple. You may be wondering, hey, who is this guy? Well, my name is Ken Okel. I'm a professional speaker, and I talk to audiences about ways you can improve your performance on the job. I do this by giving insider knowledge from my time spent in broadcast news, hurricane relief, and, you guessed it, or maybe not, professional ballet. I know, it's an unusual combination, but in each and every field, I had to perform at a high level every day under pressure. The first tip is to just check in with yourself. If you feel like you've been really busy, you're a little out of it, simple exercise can help you. Simply think, where am I? So right now, I'd say I'm sitting in a chair in front of my computer in my office. Just think about where you are. Maybe also think about, what am I hearing? Are there any noises that I can hear? Perhaps the hum of electronics nearby. Is there anything that I'm smelling? Smells like they cleaned the office yesterday. Doesn't matter how many things you do, but just spend 30 seconds a minute checking in on your surroundings. Some will even say, okay, I'm sitting in a chair. How does it feel? The idea is to break a pattern where you're just kind of rushing around and feel really busy and maybe a little overwhelmed, and just think about something else for a short amount of time. Check in. If you're ever going to a meeting or you're in the waiting room for something and you're feeling a little anxious, this is a good thing to do as well. Just to kind of center yourself, think, okay, where am I? What's happening around me? Go through all that. Give it a try. Next up, I want you to think about, what is the most important thing that you need to be doing right now? That is not 5 things. What is the most important thing you need to be focused on in this moment? That might be writing a report, participating in a meeting. Really make sure that you're focused on that thing. Everything else, I'm assuming, can wait. There might be an emergency at some point in time, but for the most part, you can focus on this one thing. We get into trouble when we try to do too many things at once. We don't do that good of a job of it, and the original thing, the thing we're supposed to be focused on, it starts to suffer. So just say, what's my most important thing that I need to do right now? Sometimes it's really smart to step back and think about what is affecting your concentration. Perhaps you're in a busy office, there's a lot of distractions. Is there a way to reduce their impact on you? Do you need to move to a quieter space, like a conference room? Can you perhaps turn off some of your phone and email notifications for maybe 30 minutes, 20 minutes maybe, just to give yourself a chunk of time when you can really focus? Think about, what are those distractions? For some people, it's as simple as they just close the door for a few minutes. Maybe they put a funny sign outside saying something like, hey, I'm training dragons. Don't worry, you can come in if it's an emergency. Make sure the distractions that are filling your day are not ruining your productivity. Another good way to refocus on the job sees you give yourself small chunks of time when you can just regroup. It can be as simple as 5 minutes. Give yourself a chance to catch your breath. You can assess, how am I doing on things today? Because sometimes we have packed our day with so many activities, or our to-do list is so long. Occasionally, you may have to say, you know what, I'll get to this one tomorrow. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not going to feel stressed out trying to accomplish everything, especially if you're not under some sort of deadline pressure. These little adjustments can really help you focus better at work. Some people will even do a thing where they'll set an alarm on their phone, perhaps on their smartwatch, that just gives them that chance to check in on themselves. It might be, let's say, at 10:30 in the morning, maybe it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon. You've had a chance to be working for a while, and maybe you need that little gentle reminder just to kind of step back, assess how things are going, make adjustments if necessary. Final tip for how to refocus at work sees you give yourself some time to unwind. Is there some sort of activity that you can do that is between your work life and your home life? I understand in today's world, the two are kind of combined, especially in a work from home world. But is there something, a ritual that you can do that kind of lets your mind know, hey, we're shifting from work mode into non work mode? For those who have a commute, is it about perhaps listening to some music, a podcast, something that signals, oh, the day's over? Hey, it was a pretty good day. Let me relax a little bit, do something that I enjoy. I always enjoy listening to some sort of audio when I'm driving, especially if there's a little bit of traffic. Just helps settle my mind. Some people may go to an exercise class. They go to the gym after work and before they go home. That also is just another little buffer, allows you to shift out of work mode, get ready to be in home mode. I find it can work very well just to settle the mind a little bit. That way you get home, you have an enjoyable evening, you get to bed, you're not too wound up, and you can start the next day feeling fresh. So some simple suggestions that I think can help you a lot. For more about me, name's Ken Okel. Go to my website, kenokel.com. Whoa, that's just like my name. Yes, it is. Well, there. You can read some of my articles. You can listen to my podcast, The 2-Minute Takeaway, and see other videos like this one. Hope these tips have been useful. I'm Ken Okel. Take care.